Hello, welcome back to Scale Modeling Cafe. Welcome to another review. And the subject of this one is this. It's the Airfix P-51D Mustang 72nd scale. This is the starter set. It's a brand new release. These starter set kits are more simple than their normal range. So the part counts are fewer. The detail is fewer. There are fewer details. There's less detail. You only get one option that's on the back, but you get quite a nice brush, bit of glue, and four paints. Well, four paints in this one anyway. Now, these kits are, fair to say, not aimed at somebody like me, the sort of very serious modder that likes a lot of detail, throws a lot of aftermarket at their models. This is designed at children, for children, or youngsters or people new to the hobby, to get them into the hobby. But I thought it'd be quite an interesting one to have and to actually build, bearing in mind the new Eduard and the new Arma hobby P-51D Mustangs are imminent. In fact, as I film this at the end of June, I think the Eduard kit is about to land, and no idea when the Arma kit's going to be out, but it will be out by the end of the year. And I thought it would be an interesting comparison to build this alongside the other two. In fact, I'll probably do this first because I have it here and I'm not going back for about 3 months or so. So that's going to be the plan. So with all that in mind, why don't we nip over to the bench, have a look, and see what you get in the box. Okay, here is the Airfix starter set then for the P-51 Mustang. Beautiful box art. As box art even, as you can imagine. It's all going on, isn't it, with 109s and B-17s and guns firing and all whatnot. That's really cool. And a little picture here of the shadow stand that you get with the kit. Obviously it's telling you all the stuff. Poly cement, paintbrush, 4 acrylic paints, aged 8+. Just one scheme in the box, as you'd expect. It's just a starter set after all. Fairly plain markings, but some kill markings there. A name on the nose. Yep, all good there. And on the side, just repeating the box art really. A55013 is your code. Now my box has got a little bit squashed in my bag when I brought it over. Just move that to one side. So here's the paintbrush. I actually quite like these paintbrushes. It's a number 2. I'll just put that to one side. Sealed bag. Here's your paints and your glue. I'm not going to use these paints. I've got my own preferred paints, but I believe these are actually pretty good for acrylic paints. They're not like the old emulsion type paints that you used to get. I imagine there's some decals. Right, here's the decal sheet. Fairly simple, but they look really, really nice actually. I shall be using those. Right, because it's a starter set, you get some gouge on some hits and tips on how to make it, telling you to wash the parts, and some of the tools that you could get, which are you're going to find useful. Obviously, good for the kids or the beginners, and how to use them. You know what they're for. How to use your decals. You get that in every starter set. So here's the instructions. A little bit of gouge. Now I believe Airfix started the I was going to call it trend. It's not really a trend, is it? It's like industry standard on a little bit of history on the aeroplane at the beginning. Sprue map, decal sheet. Just telling you to remove some of the moulding pips. Straight in to the instructions. Obviously, starting with the cockpit, you do get a pilot. Just a single colour is telling you this is a starter set, and there's only four colour paints. Obviously, looking fairly basic as you'd imagine. And this is nice. It's telling you where to find the parts on what sprue, which I really like. It's also telling you where to apply the glue. Again, another good, nice touch for the junior modeler or the beginner. So pretty standard World War II fighter. Just a couple of cockpit parts, and then sandwiching in the fuselage, as you'd imagine. Single piece, two-piece wing going together. Tailplanes, exhausts, gear. Looking like we've got some tread and weighted, or at least just a flat spot, which is nice. Undercarriage going in, or you can have obviously wheels up with your pilot and the shadow stand. Some drop tanks, which is nice. Putting the propeller together, telling you not to glue it, so you can spin the propeller. Just a one-piece canopy, which looks like a quite a kind of strong tab there to help you stick it all in. Obviously, you're not going to be able to open it. And then telling you how the shadow stand works. So fairly simple, as you'd imagine. This is quite nice. Advice for supervising adults. So just some notes there, some health and safety, because obviously it is aimed at the younger modeler. So I quite like that. Maybe they could have put that in red or something though, just to make it stand out, because it is on the back, so you're not necessarily going to see that. Right, just going for my knife, stand by. Actually, is that open? Yeah, my bag is not being sealed properly, so I don't actually need the knife. So just watch out for that. So, just 3 sprues. Where's my clear sprue? I had a bit of a moment then. I'll have a look at that in a mo. Right. I really like this way of doing it, where you've got the kind of big stenciled letter here telling you where the sprue is. The parts, it's in this, the now familiar new dark grey plastic from Airfix. Panel lines here are, they're actually quite fine but quite deep. Let's just get a bit of lightage on there. I think the camera's going to exaggerate it, but actually that's really quite nice. No rivets. Oh yeah, there are some rivets actually just around this panel here. In fact, that's raised rivets. Just scratch it in the microphone. Yeah, that's quite nice. That you get some wheel well detail. Look at the fuselage halves. Again, a little bit heavy, that panel line detail, but it's not too bad. See if I can get the, there's the air vent on the nose. So that's actually not too bad. A little bit of raised detail on the inside, not too much. Obviously sprue A, there's the cockpit. Ooh. Spinner and prop, cuffed prop. There's our hero. Standard hands on that. But yeah, it's all pretty good. One-piece wheels with diamond tread. They're quite nicely done actually. And here's that shadow stand. Right, all in all, that's pretty good. That's going to be a nice quick build. I'm actually quite pleased with that. A little bit deep on the panel lines, but no, that'll look fine under paint as long as you don't exaggerate it too much. I might just give them a little bit of a sand, especially around the back end round here. Just try and reduce the height a little bit, but they're nice and crisp and sharp. Yeah, I think for a starter set, that's really, really nice. Okay, there we are. Yeah, quite impressed with that actually, to be honest. So let's nip back to the chair and we'll have a chat. Right, there we are. There is the kit. As a, you know, it is a little bit bashed up, this box, because it did get squeezed into my suitcase to fly back over here. But actually, do you know what? I think, you know, if you want a mojo builder, or you just want to throw something together in a weekend, you could do this in a weekend. I'm actually going to time it to see how long it takes me. Caveat, I will be using super glue a lot for the main construction. But yeah, you know, the surface detail is kind of old, new Airfix, if that makes sense. So I reckon this is probably based on their old kit, their old 72nd kit. But, you know, I think if you were to, you know, sand things down a bit, which I might do. I might just do it straight from the box, but I might sand the panel lines down a bit. I think you're going to get quite a nice replica from this. The only thing is I don't have a mask set, and I swear by mask sets. So I'm not looking forward to going back old school and doing my own masks. But yeah, I think I'm going to have a lot of fun putting this together. Right, there we are. That is the Airfix 72nd scale P-51D Mustang starter set. Cheers, bye-bye.